Michelle Starr here, the Queen of Clarity in the Embodied Oracle, coming to you with a little bit of information in regards to our relationships. And when it comes to the woman who might actually be blaming the man for how she feels. And this is not something to be disregarded. It's something to find out more information on because this is an area that pops up from time to time with the women that I work with. And I want to respond so that those women uh, feel heard and also understood. So, yes, men have patterns. And the deeper truth is that you created the version of him you tolerated. So, your conditioning is shaped how the relationship unfolded. So, you are responsible for your imprint, your boundaries, and your tolerances. So I want to be able to awaken that woman and allow that woman to hold herself accountable for her own healing without spiraling into man blaming. So I'd like to do a little bit of a powerful redirect and a reframing on self-responsibility, on the imprint, and of course, women's conditioning. So this isn't about blaming men. This is about you. I want to speak into this conversation because I hear a lot of women saying, men do this, men do that, men withdraw, men avoid accountability. And while there are truths in that, I want to bring the deeper truth that most people avoid. What you tolerate comes from your imprint. What you accept comes from your conditioning. What you keep choosing comes from your unhealed identity. So you didn't become this easygoing, accommodating woman because of him. You became her long before him. Yes, emotional conditioning happens inside the relationship. And let's be honest, you were already trained as a girl, a daughter, a partner to prioritize harmony over honesty, to anticipate needs over expressing your own, to fix everything so no one would be upset, to love through self-abandonment. He didn't shape you alone. He walked into that relationship, or you walked into that relationship already shaped. And he didn't make you tolerate disrespect. Your imprint did. Women say, he dismissed me. He doesn't meet my needs. He doesn't reciprocate. And here's the truth that no one likes hearing. He's just responding to the boundaries that you never set, the standards you never held, and the version of yourself you kept shrinking into. This is not about blame. This is about responsibility. Because the moment you take responsibility, you reclaim your power. And your relationship reflects your internal conditioning. So every relationship is, of course, a mirror. If you learned young that love equals pleasing, fixing, calming, then of course you built relationships where you became the emotional barometer. Your nervous system picked partners who matched your imprint. Your partners attracted someone who fit the role you unconsciously assigned to them. Your silence trained him how to treat you. So men withdraw when women change. And women forget that they taught him who they were. Women often say, I changed. He stopped trying. He didn't appreciate me. Yet listen closely. He got used to the version of you that you kept performing. He trusted the pattern you reinforced. He built comfort around the identity you presented. When you finally woke up, grew boundaries, felt your anger, of course, he was shocked because you trained him to expect the opposite. Not every man is cruel, yet many women are disconnected from their own responsibility. This is not about excusing abusive behavior. It is about naming the woman's role in the dynamic. You can't heal a pattern you keep blaming someone else for. Your childhood imprint, your nervous system, your tolerances, your silence, your fear of abandonment, all of it plays a part. Men don't want the women they created, and women don't want the woman they performed. And this is why relationships collapse. Not because he is the villain, because you finally stop being the version of yourself that you never wanted to be. He didn't lose the woman he loved. You lost the woman you pretended to be. The real healing begins when you stop blaming men and start understanding you. This conversation is not about gender. It's about imprint, identity, nervous system coding, self-abandonment, responsibility, and of course, remembrance. Women heal when they come home to themselves, not when they point the finger outward. Your liberation will not come from analyzing men. It will come from knowing who you were before the mask and becoming her again, yet with boundaries and clarity. So let me be clear. You are not responsible for his behavior, and you are responsible for what you allow, reinforce, tolerate, and repeat. Stop blaming men for the relationship you co-created. Take responsibility for your imprint, reclaim your identity, rewrite your patterns, and remember, the woman you become determines the man you choose and the relationship that you experience. If you'd like to subscribe to this podcast, by all means, hit the subscribe button or share this with a friend who might actually benefit from the information. I'm Michelle Starr, the Embodied Oracle.